Guys, we're in December. We're gonna take a look at the data up to the end of November. We're gonna look back just a couple days and see what that data tells us about the Spokane housing market. Is it a great time to buy? Is it a great time to sell? Should you run for the hills? And I have a new chart that I'm gonna show you that's really exciting. And if you like numbers, I think this is the right show for you. So if you're interested in buying in Spokane, I'm Reed Perry. I help growing families land their bigger, better home in Spokane without the stress. So if you need help, all of my contact info is below. We would just set up a quick 15-minute introductory call. Aside from that, I'm gonna tell you all about the numbers that you need to know if you're considering buying or selling in Spokane right now. So I have a new chart to look at, so let's dig in. This talks about the pending sales in the first 4 weeks of when a property is listed. So basically, when a listing is taken and put on the market, this tells you what percent of those go under contract in the first week, second week, third week, and then all 4 weeks combined. So it gives you a really good insight on how the market is doing. For example, if you get into the spring, early spring, like 56% of these listings are going under contract in the first month. That means about 44% are lasting a little bit over 30 days. Let's go to where we are currently. So here's the latest 4-week period starting on November 1st. Listings taken the first week, 18% went under contract. Second week, 9%. Third week, 4%. Fourth week, 4%. So that totals 35% of homes that were listed on 11/1 went under contract in the first 4 weeks. It shows you what's going on and how quickly homes are selling. And then it's really great whether you're a home seller or you're a home buyer. So let's just say you're looking to sell your home. This just shows you if you're a home seller in Spokane, that there's a 35% chance your home will go under contract in the first 4 weeks. If you're a buyer, this shows you how quickly homes are selling. So right now, 35%, there's less competition, which is better for you as a buyer. As a seller, not as many homes are going under contract in the first 4 weeks. So it's gonna be a little bit slower as a seller and you have to temper your expectations. Okay, let's go look at the market data really quick. So let's look at Spokane as a whole really quick before we dig into 300 to 500,000 and 500,000 to 700,000. So really quick, you can see the trends. Obviously, things go down in the winter. So January, February are low months in 2024. And as you can see, we trended up during the fall. September looked really good. October and November started to decrease, but still you can see the amount of homes for sale compared to last year. We're looking good, guys. The market is starting to improve. People are listing their houses. People are becoming less frightful about what's actually happening. And so it's going to help the overall market in Spokane, which I'm really excited about. And you should be too. Regardless of interest rates, the market is flattening out. People are being more realistic. I like to look at this data from November 24 to October 24. So basically month over month, and then also November 24 to November 23, year over year. So let's look at the month over month data. For sale, we're down about 9%. Sold's down about 28%. That's a big number, big jump. And then pendings are down about 12%. So everything is down as we approach, the end of Thanksgiving and we're approaching Christmas. Things are slowing down because a lot of people have distractions. Not a lot of people want to move in the winter. Homes don't look as pretty in the winter. So the market just slows down. It doesn't mean that you have to slow down, but that's the overall trend, which can you blame people? They want to move when it's warm and nice, and they want to sell their home when their grass is green and not dead and frosty. So let's look at the year over year data, November 24 to November 23. We're up 24% with our homes for sale. We're down a little bit for sold. So as I was saying in the last video, we are not selling homes as quickly, even though there's more homes on the market. And then pendings have gone up. So you can see that that's starting to trend upwards, which is good. It shows that there's momentum in the market and people are out buying homes. And let's look at these numbers. There's a few numbers, especially the sold price to list price differential that I always like to look at. But before we get there, let's go and look at the amount of sold homes. So in November of 2024, we had 393 homes sell. That's down from last month, 550. So that's quite a reduction. And then if you look at months of inventory on closed sales and pending sales, we're in the 3 range, 3.4 and 3.1. That is a balanced market. Anything 3 to 6 is pretty balanced. Obviously, as you approach 2, you're looking at more of a seller's market because of supply and demand. That means there's not enough houses and there's too many buyers, so sellers have a good opportunity to sell for a great price. If we look at the average active price, Average active price is $609,000 in Spokane, but the average sold price is $491,000. That's more realistic of what we can expect in this market. And then the sold price to list price differential. And I always look at original list price differential because that's what you listed at in the beginning. That's what you wanted to get. And right now, 96%. So buyers, you're looking to get 4% off that list price that you see online. And sellers, you're probably looking to give 4% off that list price that you're trying to achieve. Okay, let's go to the $300,000 to $500,000 price range. If I could type it in really quick. 300, 500, and this is different. Last week I looked at 400 to 600,000, so this will be interesting to see if the numbers are similar, or if they differ, because 300 is a really hot price range. Okay, so we're going to show the chart. Obviously the trends are the same. You can see pending shot up in the spring and they have kind of leveled off and started to decrease. Let's look at month over month. So 7.5% down with homes actually on the market, 28% reduction in home sales, and then 14% in pendings. So this market is decreasing month over month. But now you take a look at year over year. This is what I like to look at. 12 months back. Give it enough time to actually see what's going on. And so we're up 37% in homes for sale, but really interesting, we're breaking even on homes sold. So while we have 37% more homes on the market, we still sold the same amount of homes as last year, which is really interesting. And then we have more homes that are pending. So let's take a look at numbers. So 11 of 24, 581 homes for sale compared to 628 last month. New listings took a big hit. The amount sold took a hit. Just see, as we're approaching the winter months, things slow down. It's just the seasonality of real estate. But here's the deal. Months of inventory, 2.8. That's still a seller's market. So if you have a home in the $300,000 to $500,000 range, that's a good home. You have a really good chance of selling it. And you have a good chance being in the driver's seat because of supply and demand. Then let's look at this sold to original list price differential, 97%. So 3% for buyers, 3% for sellers. Things are not really going for list price. And so take that as you will. If you're selling a home, maybe you want to list it for a little bit more. I wouldn't advise that, because then your listing can, result in being stale, and then people don't even want to come see it because they think the price is off. So there's a lot of ways to play that, but you can expect as a buyer to get 3% discount, which is really great if you're in the market looking for a home. Let's go to, I want to go to 500 to 700,000 today, because I think this is a really interesting market. Curious to see what's going on there. And so if you're in the $500 to $700,000 price range, this is going to be perfect for you. So let's see, we can see the trends, very similar. April, it always pops up. April is where they have the highest competition, but if you're selling, you have a really good chance of selling. But see these numbers, the amount for sale is just towering over last year. Let's look at month over month. % less homes for sale this month compared to last month, down 32% for home sales, that's a ton, and then down 17% pending. But if you look year over year, we're up 21% with the amount of homes for sale. And this is the kicker. We're down 11% from last year in this price range for home sales. So what the heck does that mean? So what I think is happening is, one, it's just a slow time of year. We had an election, so that can slow things down. And then also, I think people aren't afraid of work anymore. They've been sitting on the sidelines. They've already done some work to their house, maybe during the COVID period. They're not afraid of it, and they're trying to get good deals, maybe in that $300,000 to $500,000 range, and put some work into it instead of spend money on a $700,000 house with the higher monthly mortgage payment. I think a lot of people are trying to cut costs right now, and they know that they can get a house and put some work into it and make it their own. So let's look down here, 11 of 24. Yep, we have less homes for sale, 341 compared to 380. 80 homes sold compared to 119 last month. Months of inventory right here, so 4.3. That's like basically as balanced as you can get. Buyers and sellers are on even footing, and so we're looking good in that regard. Average sold price is $590,000, and then right here, sold price to original list price, 97%. So there's that 3% difference. Buyers are gaining and buyers are benefiting from this market right now. An average days on market of 35 days, which, if you ask me, that's not terrible. If you're selling a home for $500,000 to $700,000 and it's on the market for 35 days, I think that's really good, and that we should temper our expectations because things are not selling as quickly as they were a couple years ago. You can see I mean, 11 of 2023, average days on market was 29. We're up 6 days, but still, I think that's a really good number for people trying to sell in this market. As you look at this, I'm curious where you're at or what you think. Do these numbers scare you? Do they encourage you? To me, the numbers are the numbers. And so every week, we're going to look at the numbers and we're going to see what they're telling us and what the market is doing. And then we're always going to have a 12-month look back so that we can see the actual trends of what's going on. But I always focus on numbers instead of headlines because numbers will give you facts that you can work with and give you confidence to make better decisions. So there you have it. There's your full November 2024 breakdown of the Spokane housing market. We looked at the amount of pending sales. We looked at the price ranges of 300 to 500,000 and then 500 to 700,000 to see where we are at, how those price ranges are trending and what the data says. As always, I'm Reed. I help growing families land their bigger, better home right here in Spokane. If you want to get a hold of me, if you want to have a quick call or shoot me a text, all my information is down below. And then make sure to subscribe. I'm doing these videos every single week so you can stay up to date and make better decisions on your home journey. I'd love to be a part of it, but if not, I wish you guys the best and welcome to Spokane.